If you guys are looking for the will to live today, like this episode is it. This is actually annually people's favorite episode. There's nothing that I love more than fall. The football, the chili, the food, the recipes, the cooking, the baking, the fall leaves, the music, the sourdough. I have something to tell you guys, and I don't think it's gonna go over well at all. I'm not huge on like decorating for fall, and that's really because I decorate my Christmas tree like honestly before Halloween most of the time. I will let you know that October 2nd, I will be putting my Christmas tree up. Gilmore Girls Friendsgiving. It's a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown, Twitches, Halloween Town, Harry Potter. I want to show up and show out this Thanksgiving. Ina Garden's cookbooks are so easy to follow. Windows are gonna be up, the pumpkin candles are gonna be burning. It's gonna be so perfect. Love a good thriller in the fall. Romanticizing quite literally every single thing that I do. It's so much easier for me to do that in the fall because I do have the will to live. Hi, house guest. Welcome back to my home. I am really struggling to get words out today, but we're gonna push past this, guys, okay? This week, y'all are coming over for a nice little solo couch chair catch-up, if you will. The way I said ketchup sounds like ketchup that you eat, the condiment. No, we are going to be doing a nice little solo fall episode. This is actually, like, I feel like almost annually people's favorite episode because I'm, one, so passionate about fall. You guys are obviously so passionate about fall. I have, found my people. And it just, like, really gives you the will to live. Like, if you guys are looking for the will to live today, like, this episode is it, okay? Because we are about to get so excited. There's nothing that I love more than fall. The football, the chili, the food, the recipes, the cooking, the baking, the fall leaves, the music, the sourdough, all the grandma hobbies. Like the fact that you still have Christmas to look forward to. There is no better time of year than fall. Truly, there is just absolutely nothing like it. And I'm declaring it a Martha Stewart and Ina Garden fall. Not in the feud way, in the way that we will be emulating both Miss Martha Stewart and Miss Ina Garden themselves, okay? It's going to be such a fabulous time for us to just sit down, relax, hang out, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys are watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and comment down below what time it is that you guys are watching this video. Or if you guys are listening on podcast, be sure to leave us a nice rating and review. I'm always so grateful when you guys do that. But anyways, let's just catch up, okay? Right now I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee. I am wearing the greatest outfit of all time. If I could be a Sims character, this is what I would wear. I'm wearing the Friend of Mine overalls, which are so fabulous. It is an overall fall. It's overall fall forever. I also do want to develop these in like different materials, if you guys will. So if you guys have any requests for the overalls, please let me know. I've got some great ballet flats on. I've got some brown sweater, a fresh blowout. I went to Dry Bar this morning. Like, truly, I'm having a day. I had the most incredible sourdough toast for breakfast. I had pumpkin candles. John Mayer was like, you guys like don't really care about this, but I'm trying to set the scene of how like it is fall. I've declared it fall, and it is a fall that would make Martha Stewart and Ina Garden proud, okay? I have taken it upon myself to make a report for us, okay? The REPORT acronym. It's reading, eating, and I also added entertaining, playing. Don't mind me, I'm just pulling up my doc that I made. Obsessing, recommending, and treating. And I have filled this out as though we are Martha and Ina themselves. Also, guys, side note, the other day on TikTok, I saw a girl who was just like out shopping for books, and it was an old Martha Stewart book. I think it was a gardening book, something. She was like in a garden, whatever. And Ina Garden was in the shoe. And like, obviously I know that they're friends. I know the lore. I know that Martha wrote her forward to her first book. It's a whole thing. And like, there's so much drama, and I know, trust me, I know. But I need that book. I actually absolutely need that. I need to get that book. I need to get 2 copies of it and gift one to Harrison. And then also I need to go and get Ina's first book with the forward or whatever it is from Martha, rip that page out, take it straight to Framebridge, and that is Harrison's Christmas present. So I hope he is not listening to this. I can't imagine he would be. But anyway, this is going to be the best 30 minutes of our lives, truly. I say 30 minutes always, and I talk for like an hour, but I'm really trying to make the episodes a little bit shorter, especially solos. Let me know how you guys feel about that, if you like that or not. But yeah, no, obsessed. Literally gonna have the best fall of our lives, guys. Let's get started. For reading, I put Martha Stewart Living magazines, vintage, of course. Ina cookbooks, cozy novels, and articles, which we'll get to that, okay? Little sidebar about the Martha Stewart Living thing, guys. I actually have like the cutest story literally ever. So as we know, Martha Stewart is my idol, as as we know, clearly, okay? And a couple years ago, I saw these girls on TikTok that were getting all of the like collector's items of like the OG Martha Stewart Living magazines. And of course, I saw that and they had all 237 or however many there were. And I said, I need that immediately, okay? Then I remembered that because I was telling date number 4 about them and I started to think about it. And before you knew it, I just got like really locked in. I was on Facebook Marketplace. I'd found someone in Little Elm that had 90 of them, okay? And I was like, this is amazing. Now, keep in mind, at this point, I'm in Nashville. So I texted date number 4, and I was like, oh my gosh, you are never going to believe what I just found on Facebook Marketplace. And he was like, oh, what did you find? And I told him, he's like, oh my God, that's so sick. And I said, yeah, how far is Little Elm from us? He's like, oh, it's like an hour. Like, when are we going to like go pick them up? And I said, we is such a crazy term because I will be in Tennessee for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Then he goes, no problem, picks them up immediately. Insane. So now I am coming home to Texas to 90 Martha Stewart magazines, which I'm sure you guys have seen by this point because I'm sure it will have been my entire personality. But I'm very excited. I do want to do the full collection and I'm going to find a way to like display them perfectly. I'm trying to get off my phone as much as possible. I just got one of those brick things from JC. I mean, JC didn't give it to me. I didn't like buy it from JC's storefront. I didn't buy it from JC directly. Anyway, I bought a brick because JC keeps posting about it and she's been off her phone and we're all obviously so addicted to our phones. And I feel like most of my life is spent like trying to find hobbies that like get me off my phone. So I got one of the bricks and I need to go back to like reading a good old magazine, a good old cookbook. Like that is what I see for myself. I'm actually going to be redoing the like outdoor like patio area at my house in Texas. I have the whole thing planned out. It's going to be perfect. And I'm going to be waking up at like 6 a.m. going outside with an outdoor blanket and my like coffee and just like reading those things, needle pointing all the things. So anyways, number 1, Martha Stewart Living. But guys, if that's not your thing, I think getting old like vintage magazines, how fun. Even if you just get one from like the year, the month that you were born, like that's just fun, okay? So I will be bringing back magazines this fall for myself. Number 2, an Ina Garten cookbook. And this is because Ina Garten's cookbooks are so easy to follow. How easy is that? Store-bought is fine. Like you probably know the drill. But Ina's recipes are like foolproof to follow. So especially if you guys are like getting into the kitchen, like I just think newer, I'm by no means like a pro at all, but like I can follow all of Ina's recipes. Like, when you're like reading a cookbook or seeing something and you're like, first off, never heard of that ingredient in my life. And then you find out you have to like fly to Italy to pick it up. Second, never seen that kitchen tool ever. And it looks like it's like going to be in a torture chamber. And like they don't even have one within an hour of me. Like they're just doing the most sometimes with these recipes. And like that's not what I need. I need an Ina Garten recipe. So I want to be going through, maybe I'll like pick an entire Ina Garten cookbook to like cook through because I see that sometimes online and I just think she has the best stuff. The engagement chicken roast, by the way, out of everything is the best. This is a recipe that everyone who had made it within like 6 months had gotten proposed to, so that's how it got the name, but it's really just like the easiest, best chicken roast that you've ever experienced ever. And roasting a chicken was something that felt a couple years ago, it felt like very like overwhelming to me, and the engagement chicken's like literally the easiest thing in the entire world. Ina makes things very easy. So Ina Garten cookbooks, cozy fall novels. Now, by cozy, someone might be getting brutally murdered, but that's just like what a thriller will do for you. But that makes me feel, not them getting murdered, but the thriller aspect of it. Like I feel like it's scary. It should be, it's not real, And I like to just kind of bundle up by the fire with my Kindle and read these thrillers. And that really does something for me. Then I'll need like a palate cleanser. I just think reading in general in the fall is better. And that's just because I think everything is better. But I just love a good thriller in the fall, which leads me to a question. Can you guys send me like your best fall like thriller recs? We can do an entire like carousel post on Housecast Instagram as well. And also if you guys are wanting book recs, I do have a list of 100 book recs and there's a lot of those are thrillers. If you guys are interested, I'll have the link in the show notes. I think it's always there, but you just sign up and then we email it to you straight to your inbox. So anyway, love that. And then the article thing, it sounds very pick-me, but listen, I don't mean like Harvard research paper. I mean like how long were like Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson together. You know what I mean? Or like a very niche topic. Like I will get like so into the most like minuscule, dumbest thing you've ever seen. Like even like in US, like dumb stuff that is not helpful to your life. And I will lock the fuck in, and I have to know everything there is to know, and then I have to have everyone around me know everything that there is to know. So I saw these article nights on TikTok where people are coming, and instead of doing like the PowerPoint nights or whatever their theme is, the theme is that you come, you like bring a dish, and then you like all bring an article that's interesting. And this doesn't need to be any, scholarly article. I just said scholarly article. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking something that's interesting to me, entertaining, and I just like want to get off my like phone scrolling. So I'm thinking articles, even though I would still be reading them on a screen. Like, I'm kind of into that. I don't know. I think an article night, like this is one of those things that I say I'm going to do, and then like we'll check back in a couple of months. But like, I just think it's interesting, really obsessed. I'm like really on like a documentary kick recently. I just watched the Cowboys' latest one and a bunch of other, like the latest Osama bin Laden one. Like, I just get really into those, and then I do a lot of deep dive. I do the same thing when I'm watching a TV show. I look up the entire cast. I stalk all their Instagrams. I find out everything. I find out who they dated. I find out who they broke up with. I find out what scandal, like everything that I have to know, because it truly just makes like the entire viewing experience better, and it's just like something that really just like biblically I have to do. You know what I mean? Okay, moving on to E, which is eating, and I added entertaining. We're going to be baking pies. We're going to be doing some Thanksgiving prep. I want to show up and show out this Thanksgiving. Normally, I'm coming and like I'm bringing the dish that like my family has requested, and then, now most recently, I have been bringing sourdough. So I am, showing up and showing out in that way. But I need like a Thanksgiving dish that is like the one that people are begging me for every single year. Like, I need people to be dying for this and thinking about this year round. If you guys have good Thanksgiving recipes, like please send them my way and I will try them out. And I'm going to be like rehearsing. Like, I'm going to start this month. I'm going to start rehearsing for my Thanksgiving showing up and showing out dish. Like, I'm so Enneagram 3. It's like not even funny. The fact that like I have to make my Thanksgiving dish like the best thing that everyone has ever seen. But that's just kind of me, and that's my spirit, and that's just like where I'm at mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. So I will be working on my Thanksgiving prep, and I would appreciate any recs that you guys would possibly have so that I can have the best Thanksgiving dish that there's ever been. Football appetizers. I've been saving so many recipes lately. Maybe we should do a roundup on like House Guest or something of all the recipes. But I did see the other day, it's like cornbread. They're like little cornbread muffins. They cut them in half. They put pimento cheese. They did a little stick through it, and they did a jalapeno. So it's like little cornbread, pimento, jalapeno sliders, if you will. And I think that's such a good football appetizer. So like that is something I will be doing. Obviously in Texas, football is a religion, and it really does take up all of your life and your social life for the next couple of months. Homemade everything. I'm just really like, I feel like this summer I've never cooked less, and now I'm so back in the kitchen. Like, I'm cooking and baking all weekend long. I baked 4 sourdough loaves this week, but I'm baking 2 more tonight. I'm baking some pumpkin, like chocolate chip, banana bread. Like, there's just like so many things that are happening right now, and I'm loving them. A roast chicken. I already talked about the Ina Garden engagement chicken if you guys need one, but like that's just something you have to have. Soups and stews. It's all I eat all fall long. Like, there's nothing like, and when I say soup, it isn't like a liquid soup. My soups are really hearty, if you will. Like, there's always a meat. They're really like a glorified pasta with some broth, I would say. But they're so good. And then I also want to be leaning into apple desserts. Like, I will be really leaning in there. For the fall of 2025, these are the top hosting themes that I am predicting and will be also participating in. Gilmore Girls Friendsgiving. Nora Ephron. That is overlooked. She's overlooked. It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, Twitches, Halloween Town, Harry Potter, Twilight Forks Fall, When Harry Met Sally, Autumn, New York, Practical Magic, Cottagecore Fall, Evermore and Folklore Fall, and Hocus Pocus. Those are the themes that like I will be leaning into. I really, really am planning on doing a Gilmore Girls Friendsgiving. I have the whole like patio area that I'm actually redoing. I'm going to turn that into Stars Hollow like that, because I have a little gazebo kind of ish, and I'm going to make that the Stars Hollow gazebo like in the middle of town, and it's going to be the most magical thing. I'm going to invite like 30 different people from all different ages, because it's going to be like truly a Stars Hollow town, and have everyone bring a dish. So it's going to be very like mix and match, like hodgepodge kind of vibe, if that makes any sense. And everyone, of course, has to come dressed as like a Gilmore Girls character, and it's going to be literally everything. Like, I absolutely cannot wait for that. And that's just going to be the greatest day of my life, because I'm such a Gilmore Girls girl, and there's no greater show in the fall and winter, really fall, than Gilmore Girls. Okay, for P, we have playing. I'm going to be prepping flowers. I'm really wanting to kind of enter my florist era, if you will. I'm not the worst. I'm not the best. I have been seeing some stunning arrangements on TikTok lately. Like my God, I feel like I'm saving so much because my feed is all like people who have like hobbies and I'm like obsessed with everything that they're doing. I need to find the best like markets and places to go, like the little wholesale places that like the public can go to in Dallas, so I can be making like the best arrangements ever and like dropping them off at people's houses. Like I'm just gonna be like literally everything. Baking seasonally only, rearranging a cozy little corner of your home. Like that is just something you must do in the fall. I'm not huge on like decorating for fall, and that's really because I decorate my Christmas tree like honestly before Halloween most of the time. I'm actually decorating, guys. Please don't judge me and like actually hear me out. I have something to tell you guys, and I don't think it's gonna go over well at all. But I will let you know that October 2nd, I will be putting my Christmas tree up. And listen, it is because my schedule this year is insane, and I'm actually going to be gone, really, and I won't be coming home to Texas until like middle of November, and I would need my tree up by November 1st, and the last thing I need is to get home middle of November and my Christmas tree to not be up. I could never do that. Like, I have to have as much time with that as possible. So I'm leaving, and that just is the date where it's like working out that I will be putting it up. And even I will admit that's insane. And now we do need to shoot some stuff for Christmas earlier, and that is, I'm gonna say I'm Harrison Walls. I'm on an editorial calendar, that's what he says. But I did just want to get that out of the way because I do think that we will be beefing, and I understand. Actually, I don't, because like I don't understand someone who wouldn't want like more Christmas. Like, hello. But it will be coming up on October 2nd, and I will not be taking any more questions. Thank you. Okay, apple picking need to be doing. And then again, it all goes back to all of my grandma hobbies, and that is needlepoint, that is mahjong, that is sourdough, and there's just no better time. I'll be having stitch nights with the girls all the time with a nice soup on the stove. I will be playing mahjong as often as humanly possible. I'm teaching even more people in my life right now, so that way I can like play literally every single day. All of my friends in Nashville, or a lot of them, have either learned or like I'm taking them and I'm teaching them, or we're going to do a class. And guys, I'm just here to tell you, like, it's so rare that you take someone to learn mahjong and they don't become obsessed with it. And I'm not someone who loves games. Like, I'm not really a games girl at all, but when it comes to mahjong, like, I'm just obsessed. It's really just the greatest thing ever. And oh my God, I'm loving that. So I'm really looking forward to that. And even like waking up really early outside in the morning, some coffee, playing mahjong. Like, oh my God, wearing a fleece, if you will. Sounds amazing. And then we're playing, I also added some music. So that's probably what they mean. Norah Jones, Frank Sinatra, John Mayer, Chris Stapleton. I do have like a fall country playlist that I listen to a lot. And then I'll have more of like jazz, relaxing, home, loving that. We are obsessing over themed girls' nights in, as always. Overalls, obviously, look at these guys. There is nothing better. I've been wearing my overalls like every other day. It's to the point where like I need to like force myself to wear something else because I'm like, all right, you've been wearing that literally in every single photo that you posted the past like 14 days. So it's not really looking too good. But overalls are the cutest, most fun thing to wear in the entire world, and it's going to be an overalls fall. Hobbies over screen time, which, I'm really trying to implement with my brick, but I do just love a good hobby. I do have a whole episode, if you guys are interested, on all of my hobbies and grandma hobbies. I probably should do an updated one, like maybe next year, but it is just, fall is a time for hobbies. So I'm telling you, whatever hobby it is that you've been wanting to do, now is the time. Needle pointing, obviously. Fall gardening. I'm so excited to be back in Texas, like for good, because then I can get back to my gardening ways. And like I've never been more inspired to garden. Like, I am so excited. I'm going to go back to starting my own seedlings from my garage where it looks like I'm growing marijuana. Like, it's like a whole thing. And I am just over the moon. I'm even getting a cute little like garden bench outside of my backyard, and I'm going to be, or a potting bench. And it's just going to be like literally, I'm like, guys, I'm getting emotional. It's going to be so incredible. And I put a nice little craft because like you can never go wrong with a nice little craft. I'm even considering learning how to finish my needle points, which just means like turn the needlepoint canvas into like the finished product, which could be like a pillow, an ornament. You could frame it, whatever. And like I say that, will I do that? Probably not, but I might. Recommending, I put down brick, but I haven't started that technically yet. Old magazines. I also love Cherry Bomb magazine, and I believe it's only quarterly because I get one like every 3 months, but I love Cherry Bomb as like a company in general. It's like a food media company, and they have the most amazing, like beautiful magazines that they still release, and I'm obviously a subscriber, and I love those. I just like physical, do they call it physical media? I don't know. But that's what I like. I'm trying to get off my phone. I say as I'm reading off my phone, but another thing I'd be recommending is a house guest marathon, okay? And join our book club. Join the house guest book club because we are doing actually probably the most life-changing conversation that I've had was on this podcast with Susie Welch, Professor Susie Welch from NYU. She has the Becoming You course. In January, we released an episode with her that was all about like figuring out what your values are and how those align with your aptitudes and how that aligns with something that's like economically viable. Basically, it helps you to figure out like what you should do with your life, but it also helps you to like understand yourself better, connect with yourself better. It's been really helpful to me to understand like I don't take things so personally because like I can see in my friends that like we just have different values and like no value, like she always says she's value agnostic. No one value is greater than the next. It's just a difference in like what you value. And that has been so helpful. And then it's also been helpful to me because it's made me realize like why I'm not good at certain things or why, I don't know. Overall, it has just been so good. There's a quiz that you guys can take that we always have normally in like my link tree in the show notes. And it's like code Kenzie40 for 40% off of her quiz where you can take the values quiz and figure out your values. Anyways, it's a very, very interesting read. And that's what we're currently reading for book club. And I'm recapping it on the podcast and we'll do a whole episode on it. So even if you don't read the book, which you should, I will be doing the SparkNote version for you here on the podcast, of course. But it is so good. I actually just finished it and like this morning literally. And I have like 700 highlights I was going through to like get all my notes and stuff ready for the podcast. And it took me forever to just get through my highlights. Like it is so good. Treating. Okay, I will be treating myself to a full life edit. I am going to go home and I'm going to organize my closet like you've never seen before. My garage is not even gonna look like the same garage, the hosting closet. Like my home is going to be so organized and clean and perfect. The windows are gonna be up. The pumpkin candles are gonna be burning. It's gonna be so perfect. And you guys you won't even recognize it because it's going to look like a completely different place because it will be a completely different place. And I'm going to declutter like you've never seen before. And it is going to be the most incredible thing ever. Treating myself again to the Martha Stewart Living magazines. Hopefully I will be collecting all of them. I will be redoing my garage and I will be romanticizing my entire life at home. Like that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to be planting some mums, like potting some mums really, and just making it feel so fall and just romanticizing quite literally every single thing that I do. It's so much easier for me to do that in the fall because I do have the will to live, whereas the spring and summer really gets me down. It does. And I'm just loving that we're into fall, guys. And it's an Ina and Martha fall. I need to see you guys tagging me in all of your Ina and Martha activities. Make it a goal to do one thing for each of them every single week because that is where we're at and that is where we're heading and that is the trajectory that I see our lives going towards. So anyways, I love you guys so much. I hope y'all enjoyed this little podcast catch up and I hope you guys have the best Martha Stewart Ina Garden fall of your lives.